Hey, my brothers and sisters, welcome to episode number 164 in the book of Genesis. Today it's going to be about stewing in guilt for years, 25 years specifically, because we're in Genesis 42, where the brothers of Joseph who have sold him into slavery are going to finally meet him again. I'm guessing 25 years, certainly more than 20, less than 27. I'm going to say 25 just for purposes of discussion here today. Remember, he was captured by his brothers at 17 years of age, sold into slavery. Joseph is now at least 37, maybe as old as 43 years old. But he's in charge of all the grain of Egypt, and there's going to be a famine, a long famine that the brothers are going to need to get grain from. So it says in chapter 41 that the whole earth, all the earth came to Egypt, to Joseph, to buy grain because of the famine was severe over all the earth. All right, so here's the story. This is Genesis chapter 42 and verse 1. When Jacob learned that there was grain for sale in Egypt, so Jacob is Joseph's father, he said to his sons, Joseph's brothers, "Why do you look at each other?" And he said, "Behold, why are you sitting on your butts? Go get the grain. This is life or death. Why do you look at one another?" He said, "Behold, I've heard that there's grain for sale in Egypt. Go down and buy grain for us there that we may live and not die." So 10 of Joseph's brothers went down to buy grain in Egypt. But Jacob did not send Benjamin, he's the youngest, Joseph's brother, with his brothers, for he feared that harm might happen to him. Thus the sons of Israel came to buy among the others who came, so the whole world is going to Joseph, for the famine was in the land of Canaan. So Jacob, just pause here, so Jacob is the father of the 10 who went. Benjamin is the full brother of Joseph, and all the other 10 are half-brothers of Joseph. And this is about, I'm going to say, 25 years after the conspiracy of the brothers. So they've been at this for 25 years of lying to their father about what happened to Joseph and lying to everybody else, because they're going to lie to Joseph here in a second. So there's 25 years of painful worry of Jacob, and he fears, and rightly so, that his next youngest alive kid, Benjamin, actually the youngest, that he's going to be captured, where something bad's going to happen, and actually Jacob's fears were achieved. So he's never quite recovered from Joseph being so theoretically ripped to shreds by some animal. All right, verse 6. Now Joseph was governor over the land. He was the one who sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brothers came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the ground. Joseph saw his brothers and recognized them, but he treated them like strangers and spoke roughly to them. "Where do you come from?" he said. "From the land of Canaan to buy food." And Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. And Joseph remembered the dreams that he had dreamed of him. And he said to them, "You are spies. You have come to see the nakedness of the land." They said to him, "No, my lord, your servants have come to buy food." So they call themselves servants. "We are all sons of one man. We are honest men." Not true. Your servants have never been spies. And he said to him, this is Joseph again, "Now, no, it is the nakedness of the land that you have come to see." And they said, "We, your servants, are 12 brothers, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is no more." But Joseph said, so they're referring to Joseph from 25 years ago. "One is no more." But Joseph said to them, and probably if he asked, he would have said, "Yeah, you got eaten by animals." Again, continuing the lie for 25 years. They've been lying to their father for 25 years. But Joseph said to them, "It is as I said to you, you are spies. By this you shall be tested. By the life of Pharaoh you shall not go from this place unless your youngest brother comes here. Send one of you, let him bring your brother, while you remain confined, that your words may be tested, whether there is truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh, surely you are spies." And he put them all together in custody for 3 days. So that sends them to prison for 3 days. And all bow down here, and they say, "Hey, we're honest men." But the conspiracy continues again, now for the 25th year. "In truth, we are guilty concerning our brother." So later on here, in just a second, they're going to say, "Nope, we actually are guilty." And here's the point today. Here's what I want to get to is sin never forgets. So perhaps you have committed some terrible sin. The offense is primarily against God, and likely also against fellow man, fellow woman, maybe fellow family member, as in this case, an unrepentant, unforgiven sin festers every day, and in their case for 25 years. It's just as real 25 years later as the day you committed it. So absent Jesus, absent forgiven, absent the substitutionary suffering and atonement for a particular sin, what hope is there? What does any other religion offer? Nothing. Absent Jesus, what remedy is there for sin other than taking it to the grave? And here's the kicker. Even death, even taking it to the grave, doesn't end it there. Have you ever heard of multi-generational family feuds or nationalistic feuds between countries? I just read this morning an ethnic group who I will not mention talking about forgiving another group of people. They said, "We're not Christians. We don't forgive. We remember." And I thought it was cool that the Christians got credit for at least for this concept today, which is, hey, we're the only people that got this forgiveness thing. All right, on the third day, Joseph said to them, "Do this and you will live, for I fear God. If you are honest men, let one of your brothers remain confined where you are in custody, and let the rest go and carry grain. And bring your youngest brother to me, so your words will be verified and you shall not die." And they did so. Then they said to one another, "In truth," now they're honest amongst themselves, "we are guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the distress of his soul when he was begging us 25 years ago, and we did not listen. And this is why this distress is upon us," which they're actually right about that. And Reuben answered, "Did I not tell you not to sin against the boy? But you did not listen. So now here comes the reckoning for his blood." All right, so here's my prayer for today. My prayer is that you may have the heavy, I've never prayed this for anybody. I pray that you, listener, will have the heavy, unbearable weight of your sin. I pray that you would have guilt that is unpalatable, increasing, and unlivable, and unendurable. And why is that? Why would I do such a mean thing? Well, because that's step one. Step one is the sin. Step two is the guilt regarding the sin, the conviction, the weight. What am I going to do? I cannot live like this. And then step three, remember, "Stewing the guilt for years" is the title of this. Stew like the 10 brothers. Every authentic Christian stews in the conviction of sin. Every authentic Christian goes through step one and step two. What about step three? Come back tomorrow. We'll talk about it. Thanks for listening.